Today we're going to talk about how to make a popsicle catapult. Really, this is a catapult of popsicle sticks, rubber bands, and a spoon. So for this, you're going to need 7 popsicle sticks. You're going to need 7 rubber bands. You need some tape and a spoon. So we're going to start by, we need to make 2 base pieces, and they're going to be triangles. So basically 2 triangles exactly like that. And we're going to put them together with rubber bands. So simply going to take them. This actually might be easier with smaller rubber bands so that you don't have to wind them around so many times. There we go. I'll take the next one. And I'm just basically winding the rubber bands around each vertex. There. And I'll say last time I had to redo this part when I did it off camera. The point that's going to be, you're going to have a, we'll call it a top point. This one here that the spoon and this popsicle stick are going to stick into, you're going to need more space at the top. So we're going to kind of spread one of them apart like that, because that's where this is going to rest inside of there. If you do it like this, well, that spoon popsicle stick won't fit. Okay? So I have this one. Now I'm going to make one essentially that matches that as closely as possible. So just going to kind of line it up there. Oops. Whoop. It can be a little tricky with the tension created by the rubber bands. Kids might have depending on their age, might have a little harder time. They have smaller hands, so harder to grip and hold all 3 sticks than it is for me maybe, but I think it's pretty doable. For the little ones though, you might need to help them out somewhat. Maybe partners, one can hold while one winds. All right, there. That's a little bit of a finger workout. So pretty close. Okay. So now if you look here, the next thing we have to do is get our 2 base pieces to kind of have the open mouth thing going there. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach these 2 points. Remember, the unattached points, we want to have the larger opening. Okay. So, I guess that was actually 8 rubber bands that we needed. I believe I said 7 earlier. Well, no, it's actually going to be 9 rubber bands. Sorry about that. So this is rubber band number 7. Comes rubber band number 8. Now, something I learned when putting this together last time is that these rubber bands here that I just did, I don't want to be too tight. And actually I just made those too tight. The reason I don't want them to be too tight is because I can't keep this open if there's too much tension. So good news is it's a pretty easy fix. We're just gonna unwind one, test it. Yep. I have to unwind one on this side. Maybe one more each. There. Oh, too much. There we go. That might be a little better. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit. There's still too much tension there, so maybe I'll redo that one. And this will be, it's a little trial and error to get it quite right, but really you want just enough tension to hold them together. I'll probably redo both of them. Just enough tension to hold them together, and that's it. I bet you that might be enough right there. Yeah, that's better, I think. Okay, next I'm going to take my spoon and tape it to the popsicle stick. Since I'm using this regular kind of Scotch tape, transparent tape, not super strong, so I'm going to do multiple layers to make sure that when I pull this catapult lever back, that it actually holds. One more. Okay, I think that'll do it. Now the last piece of the puzzle here, you'll see the spoon moves. It's only attached at the bottom here, so this is where I'm going to use that last rubber band. So I'm going to pull these apart, and essentially I want to get it basically like that. And to do that, I need to attach this bottom one, and I'll do that. Basically, like so. So I'm resting it in there. I hope you can see that. Oops, I lost it. This is probably the hardest one to kind of hold and do, but I'm just wrapping it essentially around like this, and then again like this. I'm going to do that a few times. One more. All right. Excuse me. So that's attached, and I want to move that. Slide the spoon up a bit. I got too far down. There. I'm gonna move this up, and I want it about there. And there you have it. You load the catapult up here, pull back, and there you go. You may have to play a little bit with the tension at the bottom to get this to stay. Honestly, I'm going to try to remove one more round of rubber band here and see what happens. Yeah, see, that works better. That works better there. And then depending on, you can use whatever M&Ms or whatever it is that you're going to be firing, peas. We've done candy corns before for Halloween. Just load it right there, pull it back, and there you go, you shoot it across. I find that this catapult works better than the simpler versions that you see a lot online, which just use a few popsicle sticks, because those tend to have it shooting straight up. This, because of your angle, it's more secure here, and you'll see your angle. You're gonna get something kind of going that way more when we fire. And there you have it. That's what your Popsicle Catapult will look like. Now if you look in the notes below, I'm going to place a link to a free printout of this project, something that you can print out for your students or your kids to follow along, and it'll make it easier for them to build, and they'll have a good time doing it and be able to record data and all that good stuff along the way. So great. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks.